Missing children. What happened? I was 11 when I first heard the rumors about the basement. Kids in my neighborhood whispered about it, how Mr. Franklin, the man who ran the local foster home, kept it locked at all times. Some said it was just for storage. Others claimed he kept kids down there when they misbehaved. I didn't believe it until I saw it for myself. I'd been at the foster home for 3 weeks when I finally got curious. Mr. Franklin was always polite, always smiling when social workers came by, handing out cookies and giving tours of the freshly painted rooms. But at night, he locked his office door and disappeared for hours. Sometimes we'd hear things, soft cries, metal clanging, footsteps moving below us, but if anyone asked, he'd just smile and say it was the plumbing acting up. One night, I couldn't sleep. I crept down the hallway, careful to avoid the boards I knew would creak. His office door was closed, but the faint glow of light spilled out from beneath it. I pressed my ear to the wood and heard whispers, muffled voices I couldn't make out. My heart pounded. I knew I should turn back, but my feet wouldn't move. Suddenly, the door swung open and I stumbled forward. Mr. Franklin stood there, eyes cold and unblinking. He didn't say a word, just grabbed my arm and pulled me inside. His office smelled like dust and old paper. On his desk sat a stack of folders, names and dates written in neat handwriting. My name was on the top. Before I could speak, he twisted a key from his pocket and unlocked the door behind his desk. I'd never noticed it before. He shoved me inside and slammed it shut. I heard the deadbolt click, then silence. My breath came fast, and I backed away from the door, feeling around in the dark. My hands touched cold cement walls, rough and unfinished. The air was damp, and I could hear dripping somewhere far off. There were others. I saw their shadows first, small, hunched figures huddled against the walls. When my eyes adjusted, I saw their faces. Some were younger than me, others older, all of them silent and staring. No one spoke. I wanted to scream, to pound on the walls, but something about their stillness kept me quiet. Days blurred together. Food was left at the door once a day, just enough to keep us quiet. No windows, no clocks, just darkness and whispers. I learned not to ask questions. The last kid who did was taken upstairs. He never came back. I don't know how long I stayed there. Weeks? Months? I marked days with scratches on the wall, but I lost count after 43. Hope was a dangerous thing, but I held on to it anyway. I started listening, really listening to the sounds above. Footsteps, voices, doors opening and closing. And then, one night, I heard something new. Sirens. Faint at first, then louder, closer. Voices shouted above us. Heavy footsteps pounded on the floorboards. I heard Mr. Franklin yelling, doors slamming. Someone screamed my name. I didn't recognize the voice, but I yelled back, pounding on the walls. There was crashing, splintering wood, and then light. Blinding, beautiful light pouring in as the door was kicked open. A police officer knelt down, eyes wide with disbelief. He reached for me, pulling me out into the hallway. I felt the cold air on my face for the first time in months. The others followed, blinking at the light, clinging to each other. Mr. Franklin was already in cuffs, face blank and emotionless. They led him out the front door, and I watched from the porch as they put him in the back of a squad car. I found out later that it was a routine inspection, just a standard welfare check that went horribly right. They found records going back 10 years, lists of kids who had run away or moved suddenly. I never saw Mr. Franklin again. Sometimes I still hear those whispers when I close my eyes, but now they're just echoes, reminders of the basement I left behind. And sometimes I wonder if everyone was really found, or if some whispers are still waiting to be heard.